Charlie Rose joins us now from Santa Monica, California. Charlie, what a powerful preview of your meeting with Sean Penn. Why did he speak out now?
Well, I think he had some concerns that the things were about him and the role that his trip might have had in the recapture, and he wanted to make the record clear from his own perspective. He knew that he was under surveillance and that she, the actress who accompanied him, or in fact he accompanied her, were under surveillance, he tells me. But I think his understanding of the perception of him, he thought there may be some misinformation from his point of view, and he wanted to clarify that and to talk about this trip. I think, he knows that it's been at the center of controversy and at the center of conversation about journalism and about his own role.
Charlie, in the Rolling Stone article, Sean Penn says that he was going to give El Chapo the opportunity to change anything if he didn't like it. He didn't change anything, but he certainly got some backlash from that. How is he dealing with that?
Well, he tries to explain that his own point of view, which was that in fact always that they could have not published the article. That's one of the points that he makes, and he suggests that since it never came up, they never had to react to that. And if, in fact, El Chapo had wanted to do certain kinds of things, then they would have had the option not to publish the piece.
Charlie, it's interesting. The Associated Press emailed with Sean Penn and asked him about if he had any regrets. He said to them he didn't, but he told you differently. He said he did have regrets.
Well, I think he has regrets about the way it's being perceived. I think what he means by that is he hoped, and this is really Sean Penn, and to understand Sean Penn, I think, he's an actor, but he's also enormously interested in events around the world, and his politics are clear to most people, and the kinds of people that he admires is clear. Now, he does not come to this interview admiring El Chapo, but he has had a friendship that developed with Hugo Chavez, the dictator in Venezuela. And so he is a guy who likes to go out, and he does something he calls experiential journalism. He writes, as you can see in the Rolling Stone piece, about what it was like for him to be there, what he was thinking about, what El Chapo was thinking about, what they were eating, what they were drinking, in this case tequila. He likes to try to bring you to where he is and what he is going through. Now, you and I, if we had a chance to talk to someone who is so powerful and so notorious, would want to know exactly more questions about what motivated him, how he does it, the more enormous violence that is part of the drug business.
It took 14 hours from the moment he took off from LA with Kate Del Castillo until he got there. He took 2 flights. He went through a mountainous jungle. He even had to go through a military checkpoint. What did he say about the risks that he took to meet El Chapo?
Well, I think that he knew that they had that they had an agreement, and El Chapo, because of her, wanted to see them. So I think he felt relatively safe. I asked him about that, and in circumstances like that, you never know what could go wrong, and something could cause someone who was not aware of circumstances to do something that was not intended. All of those things can happen. He even used the idea of a plane could fall out of the sky. You never know that life has, possibilities that can be good or bad, and he was aware of that, but you can't, I think he would suggest, live your life worried about all the risks.
Charlie, as I understand it, Sean Penn told you that he feels he failed in his mission. What did he mean by that, and what does he consider his role to be?
Well, I think what he thinks is that we're not doing very good in the so-called war on drugs, and that it's a two-pronged problem. Part of one is supply, and how profitable it is for people who are growing drugs and are shipping drugs to America, and we know that. El Chapo is a billionaire. We also know that's a significant problem in America. We've all reported on the rise in heroin and so many other issues and the devastating it's having throughout America, not just in the urban areas, but throughout America. We have reported that on CBS. I think he thought somehow in his own mind that he could get a conversation going about that. That says something about Sean and his own sense of belief in dialogue.
All right, such an intriguing interview. Charlie Rose in Santa Monica for us. Thank you so much.
You can watch Charlie's entire interview on 60 Minutes this Sunday on CBS and here on CBSN.